Hello and welcome to a very exciting, very sparkly live today. I am Rachel Bundu, Head of Fashion Sales.
And I'm Harriet Hedges, Resident Gemologist at Threads. And here today at Threads HQ, we have some incredible jewellery to show you by VAK, a brand that we love.
So just to remind you guys how this works, we want you to tap into the link in our bio or slide through into those DMs if there's anything today that you're absolutely loving. But we have one exciting announcement. You can also do this right on your own. So if you would like to take a little look at exactly what we've got, explore, go to threadstyling.com. You'll be able to self-serve and check out on your own.
So exciting. So, well, I think let's transform some jewellery, show you the magic. So, VAK is an Indian-based jewellery designer. His name is Vishal Anil Kothari, hence the initials and brand name VAK. He's based in India and really pushes the kind of Indian craftsmanship, the boundaries of Indian craftsmanship. We have some incredible pieces to show you here. I think kind of one that really stands out for me are these amazing Tree of Heaven earrings. Would you agree?
So Harriet is our resident gemologist and she has absolutely made me fall in love. Harriet, you were talking about how these really represent the sort of the VAK aesthetic, right?
Totally. I think they're a really cool piece. I mean, they're obviously quite a statement piece. And the movement in these earrings is just incredible. So they're set with rose-cut diamonds at the end of each branch, and then the pavé diamonds line the branches themselves. The hinging, you can see, I mean, even the earring is beautiful from the back, but the hinging just means that these earrings, when they're worn, are super kind of light and delicate and just kind of move as you move your head.
So you guys can see the scale and how these look worn. I'm going to bring in our model, Victoria. Victoria, come through and let's jewel you up. So I'm going to put these in so you can see, but you can see the scale there. So they are a statement earring. They're very big. They're almost a spectacle in themselves. So styling wise, I would keep this actually just so they do all the work. Harriet, do you want to put the other one in there? They are absolutely beautiful and you can't take your eyes off them because of the movement. They keep this sort of alive feeling, and you can see a lot of their...
1 second.
I'm so smooth here in
I
know. You can see all of this beautiful detail, and as I said, if Victoria just slightly moves her head, you can see how the piece actually keeps moving. So it's that thing you just cannot take your eyes off.
And these rose-cut diamonds, they have facets on the top side of the diamond. So it just means that the light really bounces around the stone. And as you can see, when the light catches them, when they move, they just kind of sparkle like stars.
Wearing something like this and definitely saying you're going to an event. I love the way you've got the low pony. It's very sleek. It's very pared back. But then you've got all of this drama in the earring. Should we move on to another favourite of ours?
Yeah. So I think if you don't want something quite a statement, these earrings are a little more delicate. They've still got that amazing movement and length to them. Here you have rose-cut diamonds and the pavé set diamonds in the corners. And then you have these rubies that join each of the motifs, and the way that they're set with, the rubies are set with some black and gold, which basically means that the rubies almost look like they're floating. You can hardly see any of the setting of the gold itself, and this is something that Vishal does really incredibly, I think. So let me put this one in as well.
You got this now.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it work this time. Here we go.
So I really love about these that actually they're quite geometric compared to the other styles that we've seen. You can see that they get larger with the settings and the stones as they go down. And again, there's lots of movement and lots of flexibility in the pieces. I think that in terms of styling, we should add another piece.
Yes, I think so too.
So let's go with the ruby choker. Harriet, I'll let you take this one because my nails are falling around the clasp. Although one thing I will say about VAK jewels as Harriet sort of given me an introduction, is the clasps and the fastenings are really, really friendly. They're really easy to get into, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. They're also, you can see here, the clasp and the loop. So you have a few different lengths that you can wear the choker at, depending on your neck and how long you want to wear it. But they're even set with pave diamonds as well. So if you're having your hair tied up at the moment, like Victoria does, and these links are hanging down the back, you still look good from the back. And then this chain section is also set with diamonds. So the whole piece is just, it's really incredible.
I find chokers a really sexy piece of jewellery. This is absolutely beautiful. You've got that blood red ruby, so it feels very sort of fierce. And it just looks incredible on. When we saw this styled on Victoria before, I absolutely fell in love. Mm-hmm. You can see there the vine detail weaving its way around this ruby tennis necklace. Mm-hmm. And again, it's got that, it's just really striking. It's so sparkly.
Yeah,
that has given you a lot of sparkle. So for clients that love a sparkly, spangly piece of jewellery, here's your guy. She looks incredible.
It looks even more, we were saying earlier, it looks beautiful when it's off, but when it's on, it just really comes to life. And it's beautiful. You can see it. And the rubies and the diamonds together, I think they kind of contrast each other for a pop of colour. It's gorgeous.
So we've talked about earrings. We love a statement earrings in thread, so that's why we got started in the right place. Then we've gone to the choker. Let's bring up another piece of the collection. So Harriet, why don't you grab a ring?
So I think if we're kind of on rubies and diamonds, so this ring is set with an incredible cabochon, so it's smooth rather than faceted. It's an unheat treated Burmese ruby, which are really rare. The colour is gorgeous. It's kind of got pink tones to it, but its body colour is red. And then these rose-cut diamonds are also, they're kind of set very three-dimensionally. So if you look at it from the side, they're kind of all sticking out at different angles. But what it means is when you look at it from the front, it's as if you're looking at a flower. The way that the petals naturally grow. A lot of these pieces are inspired by nature. So, and I think you can really see that, especially in this piece. And then the pave set diamonds that are set around the edge of the ring. So it's a bit of a showstopper piece. You wouldn't wear this every day.
No, absolutely. But this reminds me of the sort of piece that you're really making an investment in. You get a lot of our clients that find jewellery purchasing can be a really emotive moment.
Yeah.
A lot of times we buy jewellery for a special occasion, a birthday, a significant moment in our lives. And that definitely, the pieces that we've just showed you here, that definitely feels like where they live, right?
Yeah.
If there is anything that you're seeing today that you want more information on, you want to get in contact with one of our personal shoppers, as we said, click the link in our bio, or you can swipe into DMs. And we do also have the website, so if you want to go on your own, hands-free. Okay, I'm looking at you because we are talking about statement earrings, and we're talking about the big and the bold, and I think Harriet is sporting a really beautiful example of,
they're statement, but they don't feel heavy. So here you have the cabochon set garnets in the center, and then the pink faceted pear-cut pink sapphires, all set in rose gold. So I think the color of the gold really complements the color of the gemstones as well. And they're so light. I mean, I could genuinely wear these all day and all night. Yeah. And they wouldn't hurt my ears. Yeah. So I think that's the worst, when you have a pair of earrings that are dragging down. Yeah, you can't think about anything else. We've all been there. So these really are, And the
fastening of the earring, Harriet, is that got a clasp at the back, or is that just looped in and hanging down?
It hasn't. It's just looped in and hanging down, which just means that they're super easy to put on yourself. There's a bit of weight to them, so I don't think there's any risk of them coming out unless you're really kind of throwing yourself around the dance floor. But they're also easy to put on yourself, which I think is really important, because if you're putting on something really fiddly, that's just, no one wants that.
Yeah, I do tend to find, particularly if you've got your nails did,
Yeah.
it can be quite complex. Look, I'll be totally honest, you have wooed me with VAK, but I am a bit of more of a minimalist girl.
Yes.
I like, really nice and dainty pieces, and everyday pieces.
Yeah.
I like my jewellery to be quite hardworking, but I think there's tons of that in these collections, right? So shall we move to
the Constellation collection?
Yeah.
This is really great. It's more kind of entry price point if you're maybe looking to purchase your first piece or a gifting piece. So it's obviously inspired by the universe, the moons, the stars. You can see all the moons. They're all set with rose-cut diamonds again, which is a VAK staple. Round brilliant diamonds are used kind of all over the industry by so many brands, and they are obviously beautiful. But these rose cuts, they're a bit more interesting. They're a bit different, and they're still super sparkly.
So Freddie, actually, if you get a close-up, I am wearing the crescent moon necklace. We see a lot of moons and stars in jewellery, particularly around this time. Obviously, moons and stars are symbolic of the religion of Islam, so they make a perfect gift in terms of like pre-Ramadan shopping or a gift for Eid. We get a lot of our customers buying into moons and stars, but even if you didn't observe Ramadan, I think crescent moons and stars, like you said, it's sort of symbolic of the universe and all of those things.
And the little moons and stars, they really do dangle off the chain. So they'll kind of move with you when it's worn. And that movement, I think, is just really fun.
Now, the other great thing about these pieces is they're also a much friendlier price point. So this is where you're getting your entry price point into VAK. That's what makes it great for a gifting option, right?
And you've also got the yellow gold, the rose gold, and the white gold chains. So you can mix and match them if that's what you're into, or you can just stick to the metal that suits you. But there's lots to play with. There's different lengths as well. Different
chain lengths. So you've got that room for stacking. The one at the top here fits more like a choker, whereas this one is a little bit lower in the neck, and then that one's further down your décolletage.
And I think these pieces are really great to stack with jewelry that you already own, perhaps, because they're very wearable and very everyday. Jeans and a t-shirt, I think they're great. And they're all available on our website. So
she comes with her iPad. So we are really, really excited with the launch of our website. All of the pieces that you see here are available to ship and purchase right now, but we have got an array of different styles and different brands
that are all available to purchase. You can do it yourself, you can browse. Most of the pieces that we have here today are available to purchase on our website, so feel free to browse at your leisure.
And just a reminder, that is threadsstyling.com. threadsstyling.com. Okay, so that leads us nicely into, we were talking about more everyday pieces and entry-level price points. So, Harriet, you're actually sporting some bangles before we jump into this special piece.
So these bangles are really fun. I think they're super stackable as well. They're really easy to take on and off yourself, which, as I mentioned, I think is a really great factor. So they're kind of bendy. They bend like this at the side. This is the rose gold, and then you also have the brushed yellow gold and the brushed rose gold as well.
I'm going to put this on your wrist, Harriet, so you can see the colour difference there. And you can see they're super bendy, super easy to get on and off. If you wanted to go a little bit more minimalist, you'd probably opt for pieces like this, which is sort of, you've got a few scattering of diamonds, but they're nice and simple, hard-working, everyday pieces. And then if you wanted to go a little bit more
jazzy,
a little bit more dramatic, you can bring in some of these incredible pieces.
Yeah, and again, these are inspired by nature. These incredible carved rubies are all carved by hand. It's a really incredible technique.
I actually love it. I don't know if you've mentioned this already, how the metal is actually a little bit duller, so that the pieces, the diamonds and rubies really stand out and sparkle.
Yeah, I think that's kind of why, I mean, this is polished gold, but you can see kind of the brushed yellow gold and the rose gold on the outside. It just gives it a different finish. And again, Vishal uses it in others of his pieces as well, not exclusively, but it's really interesting. And yeah, shows off the diamonds.
Okay, so I'm going to let you move on to that piece that you were
I can't wait.
for.
I think, so this piece is incredible. This piece, it's your cool girl tennis necklace. So it's set with diamonds. They're all portrait cut diamonds. And portrait cut diamonds you don't see very often in the industry. And this is because the quality of the diamond has to be really, really high quality, because they're polished basically flat. They kind of look like shards of glass.
Yeah.
And it means you can see all the way through them. So they can't have any inclusions. They can't have any kind of tinges of other colors in them. They have to be of the best quality.
Perfect.
And then you've got the brown brilliant diamonds in between that join them together. And they're all different shapes and sizes. So it's not perfect, it's not matching, but that's kind of what I like about it.
Yeah. And for somebody like myself who just looks at this and thinks, oh, beautiful minimalist piece of jewellery, I'm probably expecting the same kinds of price point, Harriet, as what we were talking about within the Constellations collection. But you told me that because of all of that craft that goes into this particular piece, it is coming at a more elevated, higher price point.
Exactly, yeah. It is quite a bit more, but it's for the number of carats that you're getting, it's actually pretty good value compared to if these were round brilliant cuts. And they just sparkle the way that the light catches them.
Yeah. Should we style that up with another constellation piece while we've got Victoria on set with us?
Good plan. So I think this piece. So I think these together will look really cool. I'm just going to squeeze behind you.
And this again, as you've already said, styled with like a little white tee, pair of jeans, your Prada raffia tote. You can totally see this look come together.
Yeah. And it's kind of, yeah, it's subtle, but it's great. Both are great stacking pieces. And the choker, there are different lengths to the choker as well. So you can lengthen it or you can shorten it depending on how many necklaces you're wearing together and what kind of look you're going for or what your neckline is.
And my question before to you, Harriet, was, if you were slightly larger or slightly slimmer, is there a little bit of flexibility of how these pieces would be made, or, can you get things made bigger?
Totally.
By the brand?
Yeah, the necklaces and the bracelets, they can be extended, they can be shortened. Vishal can do any of that for you. So the easiest thing is to measure your wrist or your neck to work out what kind of size you are. We can obviously advise, any of our personal shoppers can help and give it their advice. But yes, ultimately any of the chains can be lengthened as you wish.
And great. As you can see, Harriet is our resident gemologist. This just rolls off the tongue for you. You're like, honestly, I'm learning so... It didn't when we started this line. But we do have in-house experts. So there's yourself and there's a whole fine jewellery team and some of our specialist personal shoppers that look after fine jewellery inquiries and fine watches as well. Yeah. Watches are more your thing.
Totally.
I've gone in with these, another pair of really delicate... sort of more minimalist earrings that I'm going to pair up with this look. I think these match beautifully. So Harriet, talk to us about what these are made up of.
So these are also rose cut diamonds, but they're cut into pear shapes. They're inspired by the lotus flower. You also have the 3 diamonds down the hook of the earring itself. And what Vishal is really good at is when he creates jewelry, hiding the metal, because the metal is the part that's heavy and it can be very ugly if it's too visible. So in these pieces, you can hardly see the metal. It literally looks like the diamonds are floating in the air. And you also have the movement at the bottom. It's on a hinge there. So as you move and walk, the earring itself moves. the diamonds are set in white gold, which complement obviously the white color of the diamonds, and then the hoop itself is in rose gold. So you've got that kind of bi-metal, bi-color look as well, which is quite fun.
And you also pointed out to me, Harriet, that the back again is nice and neat. Like you said, the metal is sort of tucked away. So even if you're wearing your hair up, it looks really nice from the back.
360.
I'm going to show a really great example of those. Or I will.
Here we go.
When Harriet takes them out of the back pocket. So this is these pieces from the back. I'll let you guys, Freddie and Bo, our talented cameraman, come up and have a look at those pieces. So that is actually from the back. I'll turn it over so you can see from the front. And obviously with an earring like this, it's very big, so you're going to have an exposed back if you are wearing your hair up. So it's important that it's nice and neat and almost has its own quality from the back as well as the front, right?
And the light means the light can shine through into the diamonds, and then they just sparkle. So
thank you very much, Victoria. I'm going to send you off because we've got some other amazing pieces coming up. When I was browsing our website the other day, the piece that actually jumped out to me, which I know completely contradicts everything that I've already said about me being a minimalist and but it's this piece. So guys, I'm going to ask you to come back up. This ring for me, I think, like the earrings, really sort of embodies a lot of the heritage and the tradition of the brand. You know, the colour, the bloom, it sort of gives you that idea of like an Indian fairy tale or legend. I think it's so, so pretty.
It's obviously inspired by nature, as we've already said, and there's that lotus flower, which is itself flowering. You have the kind of pinkish rubies there in the pear cut, and then the green emerald in the center, and then obviously your staple rose cut diamond at the edge of the leaf, and the round brilliant cut diamonds that go, they only go halfway around the band. So if you turn the ring over, you can see that there aren't diamonds all the way at the back, and the reason for this is practicality. So you wouldn't want diamonds necessarily on the bottom side of your band, because it's just, that's where rings are subject to more wear and tear. But when you're looking at the ring from face down, you can see the diamonds that are going down halfway down the shank there.
So I'm going to give Harriet this with her lovely slender fingers to try on, and we're going to show you a more assortment of rings.
Yeah, so these rings here we have, they're called the Archway of Heaven earrings. The Arch of Heaven earrings, and they're set with green emeralds in the center. Here you have the green emerald, and then a fancy yellow cut, step cut diamond. So they're rectangular in shape, and then down the side they kind of step as, you know, like steps. You have the portrait cut diamonds here again, which are of the best quality because they have to be, and then the pave cut diamonds around the edge, and the smaller emeralds here to produce that kind of, it's all inspired by India's architecture and all of the amazing archways and the palaces and the buildings all over India. These are a bit more contemporary in design, they're not so kind of flowery, but I think they're just, emeralds and diamonds are definitely a Threads favorite with our clients, and I think they're super special. And they're a bit flat, they're kind of their statement, but they're kind of flat and practical to wear as well.
What would be your favorite? In fact, you can extend this, because I've actually got, I've been hiding this.
Rachel pocketed it when we started.
That's mine. Give it to me. It will not be taken off. Harriet, can you talk a little bit about this one?
Yeah, so this is also, you've got the rose cut diamonds as well, but the way that they're set is incredible. So they're kind of, it's as if they're set on top of each other, which you don't see very often. So, I mean, the craftsmanship in this ring is incredible. It kind of curves around the finger. There are diamonds all the way around, because I think this ring just, it wouldn't be the same if you stopped the diamonds. around the back.
Don't stop.
No, don't stop. But again, you can hardly see the setting. It literally looks like you have diamonds just stuck to your finger, because the setting is so minimalist and so hidden away, which therefore allows the light to shine through and those diamonds to sparkle. I think that is definitely up there. I know that's your favourite piece.
She gets craftily back on her hand. Okay, shall we see one of our show-stopping pieces of the day?
Yeah.
Victoria, if you want to join us again.
This piece is incredible.
I love the way we both move back to give it space.
Yeah, it is really. I mean, this is one of a kind. So Vishal makes 120 high jewelry pieces a year, so they're super unique. They're not going to be produced again. So if you manage to get your hands on one of them, then well done. Hold on to it tight. You can see the way, kind of the nature inspiration again, the leaves and the flowers, the rose-cut diamonds. You have the diamonds that are set all the way along the branch, and then the rose-cut, pear-cut petals that come off the branches. And what's so clever is that even the setting, so I know I said the setting was hidden, but in this piece the setting is hidden in a way so that it actually accentuates the design. So the very kind of tips of the petals is the setting, and the setting is pointed just to elongate those petals, and I mean, make it more realistic, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the engraving on the metal, so it actually looks like how a vine would be like quite coarse compared to that sort of smooth, flawless finish of a diamond. I think that's really, really cool.
The other special thing about this piece, so obviously you can wear it as a necklace, but you can also actually wear it as a bracelet. So I'm just going to take this off of you, Victoria, so that we can show. So it's super easy to do, which is important. So the central part, the main section comes away. So you have a little safety catch here, and then a little join. So this part comes off like this, and then likewise the safety catch here. So super simple. I mean, it's super secure when you're wearing it as a necklace. And what it means is that now you have your very own bracelet, which I think I can get on myself, yeah. And you have that safety catch there. So now you have a bracelet that you can wear, obviously not at the same time as the necklace, but you've got two pieces in one, right? Two for the price of one.
I love this. Again, you see that illusion of movement, and it feels like live jewellery, which you get a lot with this collection. It's so, so beautiful.
It's very 3D.
And speaking of 3D...
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, we are graduating to the most exquisite piece on set today, which is the Tulip Garden.
Yeah.
This
showstopper.
Stunning showstopper. I think the yellow diamond is so beautiful with Victoria's colouring. Particularly, I am a big fan of the yellow diamond.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on there, Harriet. Do you want to talk the guys through the detail?
Yeah, so you've the whole piece is set in white gold, and obviously that really complements the white diamonds. Again, you have the way the setting is pointed off the end of the pear cut, rose cut diamonds, just kind of elongates the petal shapes. You've got kind of two layers here. You've got the top layer of diamonds and petals, and then you have the underneath layer. So it's got that 3D effect. It just means that there is so much sparkle going on. It's kind of hard to take your eyes off it. And then the center fancy yellow diamond that you see there is actually cut into the shape of a tulip, which is incredible. I've never seen that before. It's, you know, you have your round cuts, emerald cuts, rose cuts, pear cuts, but that is cut especially for this piece. And the diamond itself is set into yellow gold because it accentuates the color of the diamond and really, shows off its color and kind of contrasts to the white diamonds and the white gold.
Should we complement this with an earring? Mm-hmm. This is another great example of a really structural piece of the collection. So, yeah, you can see here, bring it up close, you've got 3 tiers of petals. So again, as Harriet's been mentioning, this very 3-dimensional quality to the collection. But when you look down,
bird's eye view.
Yeah.
And it's got the post at the back, and then the clasp, just for real kind of protection. Sometimes when you have a stud, and it's, I mean, not that this piece is heavy at all, but the clip at the back just means that the stud really sits kind of comfortably on the ear, and the earring looks up and forward, and as much light as possible kind of shines through the back of the piece.
And these are very... Harriet, what is it about these earrings that are giving you that absolute, like, sparkle, glimmer?
I think it's like the layering. There's, you know, at every layer, when you look at it front on, it looks almost like one earring. But the stems that kind of poke out from the center of the diamond, the earring, they're very well hidden when you're looking at it from straight on, and that just allows all of the light to basically get through every single crack and crevice of the earring, and then bounce around the inside of the diamonds, and that's what creates that brilliance and sparkle that of the diamond. I can really see when I'm looking at, like,
I'm mesmerized.
It's like a ball, a disco ball. I can see, like, all the colors of the rainbow, like, jumping out at me. It's
yeah, it's
really
absolutely mesmerizing, isn't it?
And even those earrings without the necklace would be a look.
Yeah.
Because they're that sparkly. It's amazing.
Stunning. Thank you so much, Victoria. Before we wrap up,
we have a few questions.
A couple of questions. So one of the questions from our audiences are, which necklaces become bracelets?
Yeah, so this is good to know. So the ruby tennis necklace with the vines that we showed you earlier, this also, the chain that I showed you comes off. Again, it's a really simple safety catch, and then you press down on the diamond and it comes out like that. So this piece can be worn both as a bracelet and a necklace. You have the necklace that's gone running. Well, I showed it to you earlier. I mean, this is the ends of the necklace. Oh, it's on my wrist.
Nice one to forget, Harriet.
Well, that's it. The bracelet is so comfortable that I forgot it was even on my wrist.
That's how we wear our jewels.
But these two are obviously, as we showed you, transformable. So those are and also the portrait cut diamond necklace, which is here. So there are 3 necklaces that are transformable.
And Charlie, were there any other questions? How to shop. Of course, so we have just launched our new website, which is threadstyling.com, or as usual, you can tap the link in our bio or swipe through to those DMs and get in contact with a personal shopper.
Yeah.
So that is it for today.
It's been good.
I have learned a lot. Harriet, you are an absolute expert.
And so, yeah, as we said, if you're interested, then please head to our Threadstyling Instagram page and also Threads Jewels. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
For more jewelry and sparkles. Thank you.